Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Indigo Diamond here with another video. Here to talk about the latest episode of season 14. Almost forgot what we were talking about for a second then. Before we get into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, and tell me down below, who are you rooting for this season? I'm liking Kornbread, but I think my top two are like Willow and Angeria so far. Yes, I've got my legs out a bit today. Apparently this dress is shorter than I thought, so usually I do a RuPaul and wear like pajama bottoms underneath, but today that is not happening. Shorter at the back. No. Got off on one already. So makeup slightly different today. Sort of combined my Fisher look with a slightly like draggier look I feel with my eyes, so I'm happy. I think this is now going to be the, I want to say like the new thing, like this is going to be how it is, because I'm really liking this eye. I think this eye is really good. Hair different. I did this today in an hour or so, something like that. My half said very 80s, and considering you can see one ear, I thought this was the perfect earring to put on. Yes, so this episode, so for the preview last week, I was literally sat there, I was like, what is happening? What are we doing? What's going on? I'm confused. And then when they explained the Maxi Challenge this week, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I understand now. Now it all makes sense. But, yes, so Queens are split up into two teams. We had Willow as one team leader because she won last week's challenge, and we had Maddy Morphosis as the other leader because she survived the lip sync. Now I like it when they do this, just because it kind of makes sense. It's like, you know, well, they won, and you know, they won by winning the lip sync, so it makes sense. It really does. I will say, in my opinion, no team was like bad. This is quite a strong cast again, like season 12, season 13, it was okay. But I think the thing with season 13 is there were a few people that were like quite a bit weaker than the others, and there are still some really strong people, but it's not too bad, so that's fine. The winner was Angeria. I don't know why my mind keeps going blank today. So the winner was Angeria. Honestly, for me, it was either going to be Willow or Angeria again this week, so I'm fine with it going to Angeria. They both did a really good job, and yeah, I'm not really too sure what else to say about that. Angeria turning the word ugly into like, what, like a 4-syllable word or something. Oh, you ugly ass bitch. It was like, what? I was in absolute stitches. Me and my dad sat there and went, my mum's not going to laugh at this, is she? Like, we were in absolute stitches, and we, because Drag Race usually comes out on like Thursday, and we see my mum on a Tuesday, so she's always kind of like catching up. So we see this before she does, so we're like, oh, is she going to enjoy this episode? We'll see. Sometimes she surprises us, and she does enjoy things that we're like, oh, maybe she won't, so who knows, she might enjoy this episode, she might find it really funny. The runway theme was Night of 1,000 JLos. It was, I must admit, when they said, oh, it's Night of 1,000 JLos, I was like, does she really have that many looks? She does. Some of them were choices, but you know, Angeria just, I think the thing that pushed Angeria over for the win was the runway. Her runway was absolutely phenomenal. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I mean, she was just like dripping in jewels. It was so stunning. I could not get over how amazing she looked, which, you know, she looks amazing all the time anyway, so. But Willow's look was really good. It was such a great like recreation of the look she was trying to do, but the look itself just wasn't as like, oh my god, as Angeria's. So I think that's why Angeria got the win. I will say the bottom two were Kerri, Colby and Alyssa Hunter. Now, it was one of those things, like, no one in the challenge really did bad. Kerri was fine, they just kind of wanted her to be less afraid of kind of getting a bit ugly sort of thing. And with Alyssa, they were like, oh, you know, you did the sort of Yara Sophia thing where you kind of went high and then just kind of like stayed on that level. And yeah, I mean, I get it. It was kind of one note, but hey, what are you gonna do? So they had to lip sync to a JLo song. It was a bit of an lip sync, if I'm honest. Like, Kerri was very lackluster, very low energy, and I think that was because she was wearing the original outfit that JLo wore, the green one, that, you know, the one that both Jan and Ginger did in All Star 6, that one, but she was wearing the original one, and she was like, I don't want to rip it, I don't want to ruin it. So I get it, but if you're going to be like that, you know, you kind of need to, I don't know, if there's any potential of you lip syncing, it's difficult because you kind of want to go for it. Now, Alyssa, I feel like she did pump it up. I don't feel like she quite pumped it up. I'm not sure. It still seemed a bit odd. And then, she tried to use the money gun again, but it just didn't work. And yeah, it didn't quite get back to where it was beforehand. I think that's maybe why they let her go. But I don't know, I'm sad. I was enjoying Alyssa Hunter. It helped that she was very, very handsome out of drag. Like, I would not have said no at all. So, Alyssa, if you're watching this, yeah, like, that's going to happen. But no, very handsome out of drag. Clearly takes after their father, who was also very handsome. But yeah, I'm sad to see her go. She did have the opportunity of unwrapping her chocolate, which was literally just chocolate. There was no golden ticket there, so unfortunately she does have to sashay away, and we've got our second queen eliminated from the competition. Now, this week, I will say, I was a bit, well, I wouldn't say I was harsh on Maddy last week. I will say, like, I felt my opinions were validated, and, you know, opinions, everyone has them. I will say this week in the challenge, and like throughout the episode for the most part, Maddy seemed to come out of her shell a bit, which was nice to see. She needs to keep, you know, coming out, and she needs to get some of that energy onto her runway, because her runway look, it looked like the outfit that JLo wore, so that was fine. It wasn't necessarily maybe what I would have picked if you're doing a JLo runway. But I don't know, she just seemed very solemn and very sad again on the runway. And yet in the challenge, she seemed a bit livelier, a bit kind of like, yes, Maddy, this is what we want. And so I just hope that kind of keeps coming out, because I don't know, I just want her to be the best that she can be. I mean, just like the judges do. They want these queens to be the best they can be, so they say. And honestly, I want them all to do well. I hate seeing the queen do badly, because you feel bad for them, because it's like the whole world is like seeing this happen, and it can't be great. And Maddy, I feel just because of who they are, they've got so much pressure on them anyway, and I just kind of want them to be able to bloom and do really well. And this week in the challenge, we saw them kind of bloom a bit, but then for like the runway, they just kind of almost retreated back into their shell sort of thing. So it's kind of like, just keep blooming. So very happy to see them sort of like coming out of their shell somewhat. I just need them to keep going with that. But yeah, no, I was fine with them being safe this week. And if Maddy continues on this course, I think I feel like the world will probably be more like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, she should be there sort of thing, rather than the whole, wait, why is she there? What is she doing? So, yeah, we will see. We'll see what happens. So far, sort of, I feel like Willow and Angeria are kind of the front runners at this point. Angeria more so because she's had like 2 wins now, and Willow's just kind of, I mean, she's got the 1 win and she was high this week, so I definitely think that puts them sort of in front of Kornbread in terms of, because she was low this week. So, but I'm hoping Kornbread can pick herself back up. I will say with Kornbread, my big problem with her runway look this week was the hair again. It felt very flat. It needed to be bigger. But again, when it's a look thing, it's easy to fix. Easier once the show is finished, because on the show, excuse me, you've got what you've got. I mean, yes, she could have teased it up, but I don't know, maybe she's not good at hair, maybe she couldn't find anyone there who's good at hair or something, I don't know. But yeah, no, love Kornbread. Honestly, pretty much love everyone that's there. Maddy, I just need her to come out more. I need her to be more. And this week showed me that she can be, which is good. I just need her to keep going with that. So yeah, my top 2 so far are Willow and Angeria. Angeria just absolutely love, and Willow absolutely love. I think she is a bit of a nutter, and that makes me want to see more. The fact that she is a bit kooky. I love the fact that on the runway they said to Angeria, "When did you learn to act?" And she was like, yesterday. So good, so good. But yeah, let me know down below, who are you rooting for? I think if I had to pick a top 2 so far, it would be Willow and Angeria. Not sure about top 4. Are you sad that Alyssa's gone? I'm sad because very handsome. Obviously not the only very handsome drag queen this season, but they've gone home now, so we're focusing on them being handsome. But yeah, until next time, I'm Indigo Diamond. I will see you lovely people later, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. See ya!